This cheating scandal just went from viral to personal, and now it's getting heated. Andy Byron, the tech billionaire caught on the Coldplay kiss cam with his HR chief, is now facing the fallout in the most painful way yet. His wife, Megan Kerrigan Byron, has reportedly confronted Kristin Cabot, the woman caught with her husband in the moment that broke the internet. According to sources close to the situation, Megan finally got the chance to speak her truth, and what she allegedly said will have you clapping through your screen. This wasn't just a messy office romance, this was betrayal, broadcast to thousands. And now the wife is standing face to face with the woman who helped blow up her family. Let's break it down, from the confrontation to the silence that followed. Let's take it back to the beginning, because this was not your average cheating scandal. It all started at a Coldplay concert, under neon lights and confetti, where the band's kiss cam was scanning the crowd for happy couples, and then the camera landed on two people who definitely weren't supposed to be there together: Andy Byron and Kristin Cabot. Andy, the CEO of Astronomer, a massive AI tech company, was seen leaning in close to Kristen, who works under him as the company's chief people officer. They were smiling, laughing, sitting just a little too close. And then came the moment that sealed their fate. Chris Martin, mid-performance, casually joked to the audience, either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. That one sentence, said with a laugh, flipped their lives upside down. You could see the tension immediately. Kristen turned her face. Andy literally ducked behind the stadium railing, trying to hide. The audience didn't know who they were, but the internet was already taking notes. Within hours, the clip had hit TikTok and Twitter, and the internet detectives got to work. Users found Andy's LinkedIn, old press clippings, and interviews. They matched faces, company roles, and connected the dots faster than any PR team could react. It didn't take long to confirm the obvious. Andy Byron is married, Kristin Cabot is also married, and they are not married to each other. Megan Kerrigan Byron, Andy's wife of several years, has always kept a low profile. She's a devoted mom, supportive wife, and someone who's been publicly proud of her husband's career. Now, she was finding out, alongside the entire internet, that her husband was cozying up to a coworker at a concert, on camera, and being roasted by Coldplay's frontman. It wasn't just humiliating, it was public, cruel, and absolutely viral. Megan didn't rush to social media. She didn't post a statement or call anyone out. Instead, she took quiet but powerful action. She removed Byron from her last name on Facebook. Then, she locked down her Instagram account. Shortly after, she deleted her Facebook entirely. And that silence spoke volumes. People online noticed immediately. Comment sections filled with messages of support. Strangers called her graceful, strong, and resilient. The betrayal was real, but so was her dignity. And while the internet backed her with overwhelming love, there was one thing everyone wanted to know. Had Megan confronted Kristen directly? Now we know she absolutely did. According to a source close to the situation, Megan and Kristin had a private but extremely intense conversation not long after the Coldplay scandal went viral. This wasn't a public showdown. It wasn't filmed or leaked, but insiders say it was honest, emotional, and deeply raw. Megan reportedly told Kristen, "You knew he was married. You've been in our home. You know our children, and you still chose this." Kristen allegedly tried to defend herself, saying things like, "It just happened," and "I didn't mean for it to get this far," but Megan didn't accept those excuses. She shut it down, saying, "You don't accidentally end up in a VIP suite at a Coldplay concert with your married boss. This wasn't a mistake. It was a choice." That moment, according to the source, was the last time Megan spoke to Kristen. There were no parting words, no hug, just cold truth, and a woman protecting her self-worth. Since the confrontation and the explosion of media coverage, Kristen has completely disappeared from the public eye. Her LinkedIn hasn't been updated. Her company profile was quietly removed from Astronomer's leadership page. She hasn't posted anything online, no statements, no apologies. Sources say she's been placed on a sort of unofficial leave, though there's no formal announcement about her employment status. And let's be honest, how do you come back from this? Kristen wasn't just any employee. She was head of HR, responsible for enforcing workplace ethics and maintaining employee trust. And now, she's the face of a corporate scandal that's put an entire company in crisis. Her silence isn't protecting her anymore, it's just deepening the damage. Meanwhile, Andy Byron eventually responded, weeks later, with a public apology that read more like a legal statement than an act of remorse. He wrote, "To my wife Megan, and to our family, I I take full responsibility for what happened. I made a terrible mistake, and I am deeply sorry." By then, it was far too late. Megan had already reportedly begun divorce proceedings. Andy had been placed on leave from Astronomer, and public trust, both in him and in the company, was shattered. His apology didn't land. Not because it wasn't well written, but because it came only after the fallout. After his wife left, after his reputation took a hit, after the public had already formed its opinion. At that point, it felt like PR damage control, not genuine accountability. Megan isn't just emotionally walking away, she's preparing to take half of Andy's empire with her. Andy's estimated net worth is around $60 million, and according to multiple reports, there's no ironclad prenup in place. That means Megan could be entitled to at least $30 million, if not more, especially if workplace misconduct factors into the legal proceedings. And honestly, good for her. She supported Andy for years, raised their family, and stood behind him as he built Astronomer into a global AI powerhouse. She didn't ask for this scandal, but she's handling it with strength, clarity, and strategy. She's walking out with her name and possibly a very large settlement. As for Chris Martin, the Coldplay frontman who unknowingly exposed the entire thing, he didn't stay silent either. At a concert days later, he addressed the viral moment again, without naming names. If you haven't done anything sketchy lately, you've got nothing to worry about when the cameras pan over. The crowd erupted. Chris has managed to call out the moment with just enough shade and just enough humor to stay above the drama. And fans are loving it. He's not part of the scandal, but he definitely became the unintentional whistleblower. And honestly, he handled it with class. The internet has clearly chosen its side, and it's not Andy or Kristen, it's Megan. She's become a symbol for grace under pressure, a woman who was blindsided in the worst possible way and refused to fall apart for the cameras. Her confrontation with Kristen wasn't about revenge, it was about truth, about calling someone out for doing something cruel, calculated, and deeply disrespectful. The public has rallied behind her, not because she screamed or ranted, but because she set boundaries, walked away, and held her ground with absolute dignity. And that's powerful. So where does this all go from here? Andy Byron is now navigating a failing marriage, a collapsing career, and a reputation that may never fully recover. Kristin Cabot is in hiding, her role in one of tech's biggest PR disasters still unresolved. And Megan? She's quietly rebuilding her life on her terms, with the world watching and supporting every step of the way. This wasn't just a scandal, it was a masterclass in handling betrayal without losing yourself. And Megan's confrontation with Kristen wasn't about getting closure, it was about reclaiming power. In a world that often blames the wife, Megan reminded us all, sometimes the quietest person in the room has the most to say. What do you think? Did Megan do the right thing by confronting Kristen face to face? Should Kristen speak up now or stay silent forever? And can Andy ever come back from this? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more celebrity deep dives. And if you're Team Megan, hit that like button right now. This is Celebrity Corner, and I'll see you next time, hopefully not on a kiss cam with your career on the line.